All right, you've read probably online reviews. Maybe you've written an online review. Can you get sued over a negative review? Now, it is possible. Let me quickly tell you the story of Tom Lloyd of Florida. His 10-year-old poodle, Rembrandt, fell ill last year. He rushed him to a nearby animal hospital. The animal hospital told him that Rembrandt needed immediate surgery for what was probably a ruptured spleen. But 6 hours later, the clinic told him, come pick Rembrandt up. They'd been unable to find a surgeon. He took the dog to a second clinic, but says he was told it was too late and Rembrandt was euthanized. So he posts a review on Yelp about the first clinic, and the review says the staff had wasted 6 hours of Rembrandt's life and destroyed whatever chance he may have had to live. Our Rembrandt deserved a better last day. The animal hospital has sued this guy for defamation. Quentin Brogdon is a former prosecutor, 25 years in the courtroom. Quentin, welcome back to WHO Radio in Des Moines. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. Thanks for having me back on.
I'm fascinated by the story, Quentin, because we all read online reviews. Maybe we've posted an online review. What do you think? If I get sued for defamation by a business that I gave a bad online review about, what kind of chance does that business have?
Well, the truth is a defense, and none of us know what actually happened here. We know what Mr. Lloyd posted and what he says happened, and I don't know if it's correct or somewhat correct or any of that, but he ended up being countersued, as you said, by the vet clinic and the vet doctor for defamation, allegedly making false and malicious and reckless statements, and he incurred over $26,000 in attorney's fees in defending himself.
Wow.
Ultimately, the case settled. It settled after he got affidavits, the reporting was, from two other doctors at the clinic who said that the one doctor who could have done the surgery went on vacation instead of doing the surgery, and then the case settled. We don't know how it settled, whether he received money or they received money or everybody just walked away and let it go. But it did end up getting shut down.
So, Quentin, you're doing a good job of talking about the details of this particular case. The animal owner, Rembrandt's owner, actually was able to provide a set of facts which would have bolstered what he posted online. But do you think this has any implications if I go to a local restaurant and say, man, their spaghetti is terrible? Is that going to be something we're going to see in the future, or is it going to be something more along the lines of you can't prove what you just said? What do you think?
Fortunately, lawsuits like this are the exception rather than the rule, and I think this case involving Mr. Lloyd and the poodle named Rembrandt illustrates why. This whole situation and the name of the vet clinic and all of that has gotten much more publicity. It's been discussed in news programs nationally because the clinic sued Mr. Lloyd after he posted the review. Had they let it alone, many believe, and including myself, that I think it wouldn't be nearly as big a story, if it be a story at all. And so it ended up perhaps, and probably in this case, backfiring the suit against him. So if you're a business and you're thinking about suing someone who posts a review that you don't like, you might want to look at this case and hesitate before you do it. If you're an individual and you want to post online, think about what you're trying to accomplish and why you're doing it. If you're doing it for revenge and to vent, then take a pause, sleep on it, and maybe reconsider before you do it, or just let your friends and acquaintances know. But posting it online potentially subjects you to being sued. Anybody can file a lawsuit, and then you got to defend yourself. Truth is a defense.
Quentin, but that's very interesting. Let me combine your two answers here. You said anybody can file a lawsuit. You also pointed out that this guy who had the lawsuit against him had to spend $26,000 on the court proceedings. Could you see a scenario where a business says, look, if we start suing people, they'll stop posting bad reviews of us? I mean, it's a return on investment by the business, isn't it?
Sure, and those lawsuits are sometimes referred to as SLAPP, S-L-A-P-P, Strategic Lawsuit Against Public Participation. A number of states, including my home state of Texas, have so-called anti-SLAPP laws. So if you can prove you're being sued for speaking out on certain things involving politics or consumer goods or various things of public interest, there can be mechanisms, depending upon your state, for you, the person speaking out, to get the case dismissed very early and perhaps to recover your fees, your attorney's fees even, if you show it was filed for that purpose, just and solely to shut you up.
It is fascinating. It's a brave new world we live in. This is former prosecutor Quentin Brogdon. Quentin, thanks for your perspective on this. I appreciate you clarifying the facts of the case and what might be happening in the future. Have a great day.
You too, Jeff. Thanks for having me on.